Welcome back, friends. I'm Alessandra, and today we are continuing to take our old mood boards and recreate them with Midjourney AI and see what we get. I started recently with my Hogwarts themed mood boards. Now, back in 2022, I made a series where I made a Gryffindor themed living room, a Slytherin themed bathroom, a Ravenclaw-inspired bedroom, and then a Hufflepuff-inspired dining room. Now, each of these rooms were based on the characteristics and descriptions that we got of that individual house's common room that we got from Pottermore, the books, wherever. And recently, I shared this one. This is the Hufflepuff-inspired dining room that I made back in 2022. Lots of fun references to the original Hogwarts common room that they had. And here's a little teaser of what we were able to do. On the left was my mood board made in PowerPoint from 2022. And on the right is just a snippet of one of the many incredible designs that we were able to recreate with the inspiration from our original mood boards. But I use AI, and that's part of the magic. It just looks incredible. It looks realistic. And I thought, well, I just can't stop at Hufflepuff. And I thought the next one that would be fun to tackle is our Ravenclaw. Now, in that original design series, like I said, it was a bedroom because it just seemed like the right vibe for it. When you read the descriptions, we'll go over some of the keynotes that we found when we were doing research last time, but it just screamed bedroom to me. This is what I had come up with originally. I'll make sure I link to the original mood board, which was what you're seeing right here down below. So if you are interested in any of the links in these products, you can get them if you want. So when we were first doing our original set of research a couple years ago, we had images like this from the Harry Potter PlayStation game. We had this image from the Lego version. I believe this was an Xbox. Now, obviously, Hogwarts Legacy has been out. I'm sure there's a lot more intricate detailing that we can use. But at the end of the day, it's all going to come back to some of the original references that we get in the books or Pottermore. And this is what we found originally. And the gist of it was the Ravenclaw common room was considered one of the airiest rooms in Hogwarts. It was a beautiful, wide, circular room with graceful arched windows that punctuated the walls, which were hung with light blue and bronze silks and a midnight blue carpet covered in stars. So already getting a wonderful, magical, celestial vibe. And what we can see here is they also had their own library within the common room. No surprise there. So to me, this just seemed like a natural progression into a bedroom. Like, you want to be cozy and silks and stars, and this just seemed like the place you would want to curl up with a good book. What we are going to do is we are going to move over to Discord so we can use Midjourney AI. Now, previously, when we redid our Hufflepuff dining room, which is what you're seeing remnants of here, we started with the common room as described. And let's just see what we can come up with in Midjourney, because it's kind of interesting to watch and see what the AI knows or doesn't know when using keywords like Ravenclaw common room. So we're just doing a simple command here. And for those of you not familiar with Midjourney, Discord is an app, like a communication app like Teams or Slack, anything like that. And you can go ahead, once you have your subscription set up, and type /imagine, and then put in whatever you want. So at this point, we put in Ravenclaw Common Room. I'm running on version 6, which is currently the latest version. I believe it's still considered alpha at this point. I use a stylized value of 250, which is slightly above the average, which I believe is 100. And I am running on fast mode, which just means that my images get processed faster, but you do have a cap on that depending on your plan. And stealth mode just means with my account I have on stealth mode so their images aren't circulating around. Now, all we put in was Ravenclaw Common Room. And I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is incredible. Like, I am bamboozled. I mean, this is everything we just spoke about with none of the keywords. We just put Ravenclaw Common Room. And I mean, we got the books. We got the beautiful midnight blues. We got the bronze undertones, the library, I'm blown away. But we can do more. We can do more for sure. But isn't this like just starting with something like this just shows how easy it can be to get started if you want to dabble with AI. So what we can do is you can tell we have a grid. This is number 1, 2, 3, 4. And so when you're seeing these images down here, this row with the U means we're upscaling. So let's say we really like number 4. I can click this, and while that's processing, it makes it a larger image for us to download. And so it's independent. It's not part of the grid. But let's say I like version 2, but I don't like that one specifically. So let's see more options. We can go ahead and hit V2, and it'll make more versions of that. And if we're like, I'm not crazy about any of these, you just hit this remix version here, and it'll re-roll the whole set with completely fresh images. And what happens is, depending on your plan, you get a queue essentially set up, and it starts, the system just starts processing your images. So you'll see that there's percentages, and they'll start percolating. Well, already, I don't have any editing at this point. We're just letting them run. In the future, I might clip stuff together just because I expected a little bit of a queue. Okay, let's see. So this is the variations strong version that we did of that one image. And you can tell it's all a similar layout, but obviously detailing is different on all of them. So if you like the general look, but you need a little variation, that's a good move. And then this one here, we just re-rolled the entire prompt, and you could tell it's definitely a different vibe. Like this one's a little bit darker. This one kind of reminds me more of like a game engine image, which I expect a lot of these are probably training over that. Yeah. So there's a lot we can do with this. I want to get a few of the other features we spoke about in here. So let's just try for funsies to get a circular room in here. Like it's not something I prompt for. Circular room. And let's just try that. And this is why we add one new element at a time when we're prompting, especially if we don't know what we're prompting for. Because all I did was add circular room, and boy, did we get some circular rooms. Now technically, this is a circular room. I guess this is a circular room. This is a circular room from a top-down view, and this is a circular room from a picture point of view, I suppose. So, again, this is just why we add one at a time, one new parameter, because we're still working on communicating with the AI to tell it what we want. I want to focus on more of the colors and the aesthetics of the room. So let's pull some direct verbiage out of our descriptor. Blue and bronze silks. Well, yeah, let's just start with that. Midnight blue carpet covered in stars. Now I feel a little bit more confident with these. Well, I mean, we definitely got the stars on the ground. That's interesting. And I do see blue. I don't know if I see the bronze silks as much, but I want to change up a little bit what we're prompting for here, because I want to incorporate the stars element, but I think we can do a little bit different looks, which still encapsulate the same Ravenclaw common room theme. When you're prompting with AI, from my experience, almost regardless of whatever platform you're using, typically whatever is at the front, the front part of your prompt, so the start, so in this case the Ravenclaw common room, then the bronze, think of it as kind of a list, and so the most important things go towards the top of the list, and the other stuff goes towards the bottom of the list as it's important. So I'm going to bump up bronze silks to come above blue silks to see if we can get some more bronze in our vision here. Still not seeing a ton of bronze silks. A lot of blue. And it's interesting that it very much has that castle vibe, which is totally understandable. It makes sense. Hogwarts is in fact a castle, so that's why we're seeing a lot of stone. Some of the ceiling detailing, the buttresses, a lot of these chandeliers make sense for a castle setting. So, okay, that didn't change a ton, or at least not as much. And there are ways you can prompt that in more if you needed to and wait it. It's just not something I want to fuss with in this moment, because I think what I want to do next is I'm going to take out blue silks. No, actually, what we'll leave is we'll leave blue silks, but we'll just put something in between there. So we're going to put a what was it? They said it was a domed ceiling. And this is where I want to put the stars in, with a midnight blue sky full of stars. Like, okay, come on. This is amazing. Oh, that's so cool. I think number 2 might be my favorite. But if this isn't magical, I don't know what is. Like, this is awesome. And it's interesting how adding just something like the dome ceiling with the stars completely changed the vibe compared to this, where it's kind of a little bit cooler. There's this exposed brick and stone, and it's definitely more of the castle vibe. Where here, we kind of, we might be in a castle. There's a little bit of stone coming through here and there, but the detailing and the finishing, like we're seeing a lot more trims, more elegant detailing, and all of these. I mean, we just added one little section. We just added dome ceiling with a midnight blue sky full of stars. And that completely changed the aesthetic of the room we're going for. I feel pretty good about the results that we've gotten from our Ravenclaw common room that we're making here with Midjourney. So I think it's time that we pivot to the Ravenclaw bedroom. Now, I am just going to start with, just for funsies, this is all a big experiment. So a Ravenclaw-inspired bedroom. Let's just see what it's got. While that's running, I am going to pull this image up here so we can get a refresher on what I made originally. So this was the mood board that I created. We have blue, bronze, we've got nice rich woods, we've got the marble, we've got layers of textures going on. We have a little bookcase over here as our nightstand. We are going to try to recreate this in Midjourney to some extent. Oh, come on. This is even better than my mood boards. Look how fun this is. All we typed in was Ravenclaw-inspired bedroom, and this is, no doubt, this is a Ravenclaw-inspired bedroom. Absolutely. Gosh, I can't decide. I think I'm number 4. Is it? Yeah, number 2 and number 4. I think number 4 might be my favorite out of this bunch. From a realistic point of view, these are all great. I think these could 100% be a themed Airbnb in Orlando near the parks. But I want something that's a little bit more, like it's Ravenclaw without being overtly Ravenclaw, if that makes sense. So going back to our original mood board, I think what I might do is something like cozy blue wall bedroom with white marble floors. And we might put that later on because that's not as important. And we're going to put a cozy tufted bed with blue and bronze silk bedding, and then I might start with that and just see what we can get. Okay, this is interesting. See, these look like, especially this number 1 and maybe number 4. I didn't tell it what type of tufting or what color tufted bed it is, so honestly, very interesting. Okay, so let's double down on this because I want to get this section done first before we go on. Let's see, cozy tufted bed with blue and bronze silk bedding with ornate, maybe Regency? Add ornate Regency patterns to the bedding area like this. And I also want to add in the words luxury regal. I've used them separately before, but I think we're kind of putting aesthetics in. Let's see what we can come up with. So that way we have a few words that indicate we want something a little bit more luxury, because some of this is a little bit more modern, I think. Not that there's anything wrong, but it's just not the vibe we're going for. Like, this is a very much more of that elegant look we're looking for, and we should probably use the word elegant. Already getting closer. Look at that. Number 3. Oh gosh. Yeah, I think number 3 is my favorite. Number 2 is a close second, but just adding those elegant or the luxury, regal, regency words in totally changed the aesthetics of the room. And that's just incredible to see. Now let's include wood bookshelf. I think plural shelves. Spelling is hard sometimes. Elegant wood bookshelves. Yeah, let's see what that comes up with, because I'm curious if it's going to make it like a built-in or a freestanding one. Holy moly, look at this. Wow. I think number 2 might be my favorite, just because you could get all the books in bed if you wanted to. This could be considered a divan, I believe. I think it's more of a bench. Would you be mad if you're like, I gotta go to bed, sorry, I can't go out? You can't be mad lounging in this. I want to add some other elements that we haven't gotten in yet, like the divan in, and see what happens. Because to me, I think I want to, aesthetically, I would love to have like a little reading nook area like I have in my board, where I have like this kind of nook off to the side where you aren't necessarily in bed, but you're in your bedroom. You got a little side table, a little reading light, something like that. I think this is trying to like merge the bed with the lounging element a little bit. So now we're distinguishing within the bedroom. We also want a reading area that has the divan and the side table. So maybe that'll articulate it separate in the design process. We're getting there. We're getting there. Not quite seen. Now, we did have arched windows mentioned here, and that's partially why I had this beautiful design with the kind of scalloped draped curtains. So maybe what we need to do is articulate the window area so we could say that we want the reading nook near that. If that makes sense? We're telling the AI where we want it in the room. So let's just say, well, we'll use the words that we had from the book. So we're going to say graceful arched windows, and we'll just say elegant drapery. See what it comes up with. I kind of want to tell it the bronze drapery, but let's just see what it comes up. And we'll start there. So I think we're having a little trouble communicating the divan in a bedroom to the AI, because technically a divan is kind of a mattressy type surface. It's flat. It's got a lot of the same characteristics as a bed. So we're sort of seeing it, but I think to make things a little easier on ourselves, what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-roll this, but we're going to switch out the verbiage. Whoops. Uh-oh. There we go. And we're going to just take out this divan as a word, and I'm just going to use the word fainting couch, because I think that's a little bit easier for it to understand. Okay, this is where the one where we change to the fainting couch. Okay. I don't really have a fainting couch, but maybe we let's do this. With a reading lounge area. Let's add that in and see if that changes anything. In Midjourney, you have the option to do the describe feature. And then we're going to do image. And then we're going to drag and drop our image in. And what's going to happen is Midjourney is going to look at this image and it's going to tell us what it thinks of them. And I'm just going to hit Imagine All and let those run. Before I re-roll that, I want to see what it came up with based on the describe. So I didn't use any of these words. The describe comes up with everything you need. I probably should have adjusted the aspect ratios, but that's okay. We can do that afterwards. So this is the first one. It came back with bedroom wall palette for luxury bedroom earthy in the style of dark bronze and navy, elaborate drapery, Franklin Booth, eclectic montage, elegantly formal, Greg Olson, dark azure and gray. And this just means the aspect ratio is a 16:9 aspect ratio and all the parameters. I love using the describe feature because it pulls out words that you might not necessarily have thought to use. But honestly, I'm not mad about these. This is very pretty. This is the second one, and it said Regal Bedroom Mood Board by Dodo's Design Hyde Park in the style of dark sky blue. dark sky blue, okay, and dark bronze, elegantly formal, okay, I didn't use formal, Italiente, flare, detailed texture, bold, colorful, large scale, okay, 17th century navy and gray. Interesting. Now this one, holy moly, this is drama. Drake bedroom inspiration in the style of opulent fabrics and Baroque maritime, dark sky blue, dark silver, Andre Mantinga? I don't know. I don't know some of these names. Elegantly formal. Oh, pictorial fabric. But it does have a reading nook. Okay, let's see what it says. A bedroom suite. Oh, maybe that's what we should. Bedroom suite. With purple and dark blue furnishings, Baroque inspired details. Okay. I do want to try Whistletarian? I don't know. Precision. Okay, well, I don't know what some of these words mean, so we're going to have to do a quick Google. But let's redo this with our updated aspect ratio. And let's say with dark blue and bronze. So we're going to re-roll away from the purple, add our bronze in, and try this again. See what we come up with. So this is ours. All we did was we changed the aspect ratio, and what a difference that makes. Holy moly, that was the problem all along. There just wasn't enough room for the AI to add all the things we were asking it for. We've got arched windows. We've got a reading area. Oh man, this is great. And now we have these whole sections for our reading area in all of them. Okay, this is great. And this is the one that we redid. This is the describe feature, and we just changed the aspect ratio on this one. Now this does look very realistic. If we were being honest, out of all of them, these are probably the most realistic. Like number one to me seems, I could totally see that, especially the framing and everything. A lot of really pretty, you know, they all look pretty good for different reasons. So this is our updated version with the elaborate drapery that just got added in. Okay, I mean, it is certainly elaborate drapery for sure. We do have our little reading area. I think I'm just going to re-roll this again just for funsies, because I'm curious what will come up. That doesn't mean it can't have beautiful lighting. Now this one we put cozy blue wall bedroom in. This is the one we re-rolled. So, wow. I like number one. I like number... Honestly, well, let's upscale these. Let's see. We haven't been upscaling a ton. Let's just see what happens with some of the other ones. This one was us. Oh, this had elaborate drapery in it. I see. This is what happens sometimes, you guys. You get so excited and you're like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and you make a bunch of changes, then you get to it and you have to look and see which one this is. Yep, I think this is definitely going to be one of our top favorites. Yeah, I think this might be one of my favorites so far. I do want to re-roll because, you know, we have a little bit of irregularities with the carpet here and there. So we can do a very subtle, and then we can do a very strong. So it'll be a little bit of a wider range of essentially chaos on here. I guess number one is probably my closest, but I'm not crazy about these. I'm gonna roll these again. And this was just the subtle variety. I mean, come on, this is beautiful. I love this. There's not as much bronze in here as I would like, but it's still very Ravenclaw. Here it is. This is the one where we did strong variations. So we're gonna see a lot more variety here. And we do. I definitely see the variety in the room layout. We're gonna re-roll this. Yeah, look at this. This is pretty great. I like this one. It's not my favorite of all the ones we made, but I do like a lot of this. This one's very pretty. But again, we got like weird little lighting things, but it's still fine. It's beautiful. Yep, I think I think we got this. Ravenclaw-inspired bedroom. Guys, this is awesome. I am so thrilled. Is it exactly my mood board that I made? No, mine's a little bit more basics than some of these grand bedrooms, but I am not mad. If you stuck with me this long, I appreciate it. I am enjoying this process so much. Next up is either going to be the Slytherin bathroom or the Gryffindor living room. So let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer, and I think we're going to tackle that one next. But this has been such a fun experience to recreate my original mood boards in Midjourney with AI, and the results are not bad at all. All right, friends. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Alessandra. We'll see you soon.